Google has certainly been keeping us on our toes lately with a flood of leaks that give us a lot of insight into their big pixel strategy for the next few years. In a recent video, we covered some of these leaks, talking about the Tensor G5 and G6 for the Pixel 10 and 11, plus a ton of features that will be associated with that processor upgrade. Check it out when you get a chance. Continuing with these leaks, we have some real, concrete information on devices Google has planned for the 2027 lineup, including the Pixel Tablet 3 and even the Pixel 11a. Crazy enough, even though the 10a or 9a haven't even been announced or alluded to yet. Anyways, there's a lot to go over here, so let's get started. Before we dive in, remember all of this info comes from the same G-Chips division leak that revealed a lot of high-level info on Google's future product plans. That said, take all of it with a grain of salt because a lot could change between now and these proposed release dates. But I'm excited to say it seems Google is planning to release a new Pixel tablet in 2027, and I just have to get it out there. I'm super happy Google is sticking with the Pixel tablet line for the foreseeable future. I think the first gen concept was super interesting. It was a fresh take on the tablet space with the dock. The Pixel experience on a big screen is something we haven't had in a long time, and it fits nicely into the whole Pixel ecosystem. So I really believe it's a worthwhile initiative and feel with some refinements over time, it will be a mainstay in the series. Something to note though is that 2027 release date. To me, what stands out is this most likely means the Pixel Tablet series as a whole will be on a 2-year release cycle. So we got the Pixel Tablet 1 in 2023, the Pixel Tablet 2 assumed to be in 2025, and if these leaks are true, the Pixel Tablet 3 in 2027, which I absolutely do not have a problem with. I want Google to get the Pixel Tablet right above all else. It doesn't need to be on a yearly incremental upgrade cycle, it doesn't need to be an iPad clone, and it doesn't need to be treated as such. It does need to be a well thought out, well executed product that does a few important aspects really well, and I think the extra development time between products will give Google enough time to analyze what works. So ultimately, I'm happy to see they have long-term plans, and it seems like they're taking their time with this. Based on these leaks, it seems the Pixel Tablet 3 is set to have the Tensor G6 chip. We just talked all about the lineup recently, and I'll have an info card somewhere on the screen, but the Tensor G6 in the Pixel Tablet in particular is set to have a second USB-C controller that will support USB 3.2 and DisplayPort output. The headline use case is to potentially allow the Pixel Tablet to connect to up to 4 external displays at once via a quote-unquote daisy chaining method, which will give you a ton of space to work with and is a big productivity feature. And this is just wishful thinking here, but I'm hoping the extra USB-C port will allow for a more powerful dock somehow. Maybe with the ability to connect multiple peripherals at once, or maybe connect a hard drive perhaps, who knows, but either way, it's a unique selling point regardless that might fundamentally change how people use the Pixel tablet, and I'm intrigued to see how this will come together as we get more info. But on the unfortunate downside of this leak, the Pixel Tablet 3 might use a lower end variant of the Tensor G6. Leaks state this lower end variant might fuse off or disable some portions of the TPU, the portion of the chip that handles AI tasks, which may result in reduced AI performance. The leak states Google is moving away from the integrated package-on-package technology after they switched to TSMC, which is the more affordable packaging method they use for Tensor chips in the A-series devices. And in order to keep a performance gap between various product lines, the G6 will need to be modified to some degree. If this lower-end processor variant is the case, I'm really hopeful that they're working on a Pixel Tablet Pro model of some kind. Right now, the only source we have of the possibility is Android Authority hinting that a Pro-level Pixel tablet is in the works, but unfortunately, details are super scarce to non-existent at the moment. What I and likely most members of the Android community would like to see in a Pro-level tablet is top-tier performance without a doubt, at least 8 gigs of RAM minimum, fast USF 4.0 storage, 120 Hz refresh rate at the very least, long battery life, and premium build quality. Not to mention, the operating system will probably need a ton of changes too, allowing for desktop class apps, more powerful multitasking, a more capable file management system, and better integration with other Google devices, like that phone hub feature from Chrome OS, where you can access your phone's apps, tether your data, and basically have 100% access to your main phone through that phone hub feature. Overall, the software needs to be specifically fine-tuned for this experience, which I know might seem like a tall order, but the Pro tablet space is very competitive right now. Also, another piece to speculate about is the price, or how much people are actually willing to pay for a Pro level Pixel tablet. Right now, the most Pro tablets like the base level iPad Pro or even the Galaxy Tab S9, for example, sit around that $1,000 new, and logically the Pixel Tablet Pro might be around that same price. And again, if Google wants to get into that price range and into that space, they need to bring the best they have to the market. Regardless of whether we get a Pro version or not, I do have some small pieces of feedback Google needs to be looking at for the next generations. One, a first-party folio and stylus is really needed to complete the laptop look and feel. It seems like they're working on it this time around, so we'll have to wait and see, but being able to carry a whole keyboard set up in a small tablet-sized package feels great, especially after that third-party accessory I reviewed recently. And since it seems like they're continuing with the dock, they either need to be much cheaper or add something more for the same price, like higher quality audio, more ports, or maybe some kind of specialized capability to live up to that $130 price tag. Also, I almost forgot, but that is not all, as we have some tidbits about the Pixel 11a as well, which is kind of crazy considering the 9a isn't even out yet or even officially hinted at. Although the proposed launch date might be sometime in March of 2025, so maybe 4 or 5 months away. I already made a full deep dive into everything we know about the Pixel 9a with an info card somewhere on the screen, but according to leaked documents, the Pixel 11a is expected to be Google's budget offering for 2027 and is expected to use this amped down version of the Tensor G6. Otherwise, I think it's pretty crazy to speculate on a budget device that won't be revealed for another 2 years. That said, it's clear Google is not going to discontinue the A series devices anytime soon, and with what we heard on the Pixel 9a, it seems they might totally revamp the lineup, which I think is a good move. Currently, I'm working on a long-term review on the Pixel 8a right now. I hate to spoil the video, but you should probably get the regular Pixel 8 instead, since there isn't enough to differentiate the model, so I'm looking forward to see if Google can address that issue in future releases. I know this info is really early, so take everything with a grain of salt. That said, these are some pretty high-level leaks, but we'll have to wait and see how things turn out. The upcoming changes to the Pixel tablet do seem promising. The Tensor G6 info is starting out strong, and the Pixel 11a, well, we'll just need more info because details are so scarce at the moment. Either way, let me know what you think of these leaks in the comment section below. Do you think a Pro level tablet will give Google the edge in the tablet space? And if you're like me, hoping Google sees it through for a long time, what changes or features would you like to see for the upcoming Pixel tablet lineup? Leave a comment, make your thoughts heard, and hopefully, maybe, someone with some weight on the project is watching and can help implement the feedback. In the meantime, I'm getting out of here, but before I do, huge shout out to our channel members on screen right now. Thank you so much for your support as Damien and I work super hard to bring the best Android content to the platform. Until next time, this has been Jordan Floyd with 9 to 5 Google. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.